all you do is choose a recipe on this screen, put freshly chopped ingredients in these containers, tap cook, sit back and relax while it cooks for you. It's got an induction cooktop, a removable pan, a stirrer, multiple different spatulas. You can see all those spatulas right there.
Yeah.
It's got space to put in containers in the back. It's got space for oil and water right here. So that's oil, that's water.
Is that just a general kind of like cooking oil?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's oil and water. But most importantly, it has a camera right here that watches over your food, looks at change in color, texture, consistency, mimics human chef-like intelligence, and cooks a delicious meal for you. Today, why don't you cook?
All right. Yeah, I'm excited. So, do you have certain things on hand, or can I just pick anything?
So we are cooking spaghetti Alfredo with mushrooms today.
Okay. Oh, sounds
So
good.
you can just click on search, or you can browse on the home screen if you want. But
Just type spaghetti.
yeah.
All right.
And then
Default serving. Should I just go 2?
no, let's do one today.
Okay.
It'll be shorter. So you see the time changed.
Yeah,
automatically.
so just 30, 35. Okay, so.
Yeah.
All right, and then
And then you can customize the dish if you want to your liking.
consistency, similar. Some people would want less than perfectly done. I guess al dente, okay. And then overdone pasta. All right. Saucy. All right, we're gonna go. Your standard looks pretty good, so we're gonna go with that.
And then we don't break the pasta. We actually use hot size spaghetti by Target.
All right.
Because this
That's your
is
preferred go-to.
yeah, because that's literally a crime towards Italians.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was committing crime this whole time.
Yeah.
So-
Alberto is Italian.
Okay, so he would be offended if I did that breaking. Okay.
Not anymore.
Okay, he's used to it. He's used to us horrible Americans. Okay, so prep while cooking. Should I go, or what do I have?
So if you scroll down,
Okay, got
it
it.
shows you what spatula to put. So we've put the noodle spatula.
Okay.
We have the curry spatula, or the soup spatula, and we also have the flipping spatula. We're not using those today. The flipping spatula is a 2-part spatula,
Okay.
but we're using just one. So
Okay.
it tells you what spatula to put.
Is it okay? And am I going to put the spatula in there?
Do you want to? You can try if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah. So this just comes off
Yep.
and just puts it on like that,
Yep.
just real quick.
You
Okay.
need 2 hands, but
Okay. You can do it for me because I'm holding the camera here. So okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward.
yeah.
All right.
And then it says put spaghetti in container A.
Okay.
So we've put uncooked spaghetti back in container A. It says you don't have to cook it. You have to put 3 ounces. So I've put 3 ounces.
Okay.
It then says put garlic, butter, and mushroom.
That looks like it's all there. So that's container A right here.
Yeah.
That's the garlic and mushrooms and the butter.
Yeah.
And then we got here, what is that? Parsley?
Olives and parsley.
Olives and parsley. Okay. All right.
And then the 4th container has milk and cream.
Okay.
And if it took me all of 5 minutes to prep this because I get minced garlic from the store, butter doesn't have to be prepped, mushrooms I bought sliced from the store again. You get chopped olives from the store. I chopped parsley even though you do get chopped parsley from the store.
Yeah.
But I like it fresh. And then there's no prep in milk or cream whatsoever.
So your recipes are optimized for using your specific container setup.
Okay.
And you have 4 total ingredient containers. Does that vary at all, or is this usually these 4? These are the 4 that you have. But
These are the
okay.
4.
And then you have, like you said, the water and the oil. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have a little variation on if you wanted the different kind of mixing arms. Okay.
Correct. And then in case you don't know, you're like a 10-year-old and you don't know what sliced mushrooms look like, you can also tap there and it shows you what
I sometimes feel like a 10-year-old, so I may need some of those. But I did know what sliced mushrooms look like. Okay, that's awesome.
Or you're dealing with an ingredient you've never
Yeah.
worked with before. So that's there. It tells you the quantities, and then you can either prep while cooking. So prep while, oh, I think, yeah. So prep while cooking will basically ask me to put the first container in.
Okay.
And as soon as I say I've loaded that container, it'll start cooking. So it basically asks me to put all the spices in. So I put all those.
Okay.
spices
Oh,
in.
so the different spice array for this particular recipe. Okay, and it tells you which. So you have a numbering system here.
Correct.
Does it tell you what numbering to put it in, or does it detect? Okay.
See, I think.
Okay. So I see one. So there's 1 salt,
Right.
2 black pepper. Okay, and then that aligns there. So that's pretty easy. That's nice.
Right.
So you have 6 spice areas.
Right.
Cool.
And then flour goes in 6. And you just take flour, and then you can try to put it in.
Oh.
So you can just rotate the carousel first, and then the
Does it go in first?
Flat thing will come outside.
Okay.
I mean the circular thing will go inside like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Okay. Like this?
Yeah.
So does it go in first like that, or just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty straightforward. Okay. I'm overthinking it. Push it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can proceed to checklist. It says make sure the correct spatula is connected.
Okay,
Make
check.
sure. Yeah.
Check. Okay.
And then you can also try to plug this in if you want. This is
Okay.
like pretty-
So this is if you had it unplugged before, it just snaps right in with the magnet.
Yeah.
Okay, like that, just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you also want to see how to slide the containers in.
Yeah. How do you do that?
So you just like take them out
Okay.
and you slide them in like that.
Okay.
You can try this if you want.
Okay.
Like fairly easy.
So that's kind of just a little thing, a little slot there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm not very coordinated apparently. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And you start cooking now.
Just hit start cooking.
And if you remember, we selected prep while cooking earlier.
Yeah.
So Posha is assuming we've only loaded that one container in.
Okay. Okay, so they may think you're still doing the parsley, for example, and
Yes.
the garlic. Okay.
Yes, but it'll start cooking nonetheless.
Okay.
So it has started cooking. It's saying, hey, once you've loaded all these ingredients, just let me know.
Okay. Okay. Is this load container D? Do I do anything or
Yeah, you can just tell it, hey, I've loaded container D as well.
just hit? I can hit A.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. Okay. I thought I don't want to miss anything. I could go over here, and then
You'll see more ingredients going in.
so the unit we saw at SKS a year ago, how was it different than this in terms of it had this similar functionality, right? I think, but like it's just a different.
Yeah. So I think what you I think we had V-1 at SKS.
Okay.
And the way this is different is, one, you see the Posha branding here.
Yep.
B, the size of the pan is much bigger,
Okay.
so it can cook much more food while having the same footprint
Which is good. Yeah.
as the one previously. This one can be mass manufactured.
Oh, okay.
So the one you saw previously was all metal.
Okay.
It was difficult to mass produce. This one can very
So
easily.
yeah, it's in plastic that you can. That this is like. Was this made with injection molding then?
Yeah.
So this was made, and was this manufactured in America and in China? Where was it made?
So this unit was made in China.
Okay.
Our next batch will also be made in China. We are working towards moving our supply chain outside of China, given the geopolitical risk.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense.
And hopefully we should have something by the end of the year.
Okay. Was that a curveball you had to deal with that you weren't quite expecting? Which, by the way, I think a lot of companies. I know that there's other startups that are making kitchen gear that are looking to switch out of China as well.
forget startups. The likes
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Elon got
Yeah, I guess it's not just Stroh's.
yeah. So the container is bigger. The ingredient containers are bigger as well.
Yeah.
It has much lesser spillage. So the design is such that it's much easier to clean. Things don't splatter at all, which you will see over the course of the recipe. It fits neatly under a counter, so it fits under the lowest counter you can see. The software is obviously better, but that's got nothing to do with the hardware. But it's allowed us to make the software better because the camera has a wider field of view.
Okay.
It's a higher quality camera, more RAM, more powerful processor. Those are things you don't see, but those are things that are inside
Yeah.
Posha.
I've been following you guys for quite a while, and like you would consistently do a good job of sending out your, maybe I think monthly updates.
Yeah.
And so it must feel really gratifying because this has taken a long time. So when did you first start working on this? It's been, I think, a good chunk of a decade.
Yes, we started working on this in 2017.
Okay.
This was right after college. I would say in 2017 this was still like a college project.
Okay. So you were thinking it was a project in college at the time. Were you an engineering student?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an electrical engineer. We had just graduated from college. We thought we could turn it into a business, but honestly, it was just like two people thinking out of our parents' garage, trying to make a cooking robot. Our first iteration, as you might recall, was a robotic arm.
Yeah.
Bloomberg did a video of it. That got us through Posh, through the Posh accelerator.
Okay.
And then when we were talking to the customers of Posh, we realized that people did not want a robotic arm in their kitchen.
Which makes sense.
People wanted something that was not an eyesore, that looked neat in their kitchen, that was easy to clean, that did not cost like $20,000, that did the job well, but did not have the potential to strangle you to death. And so we had this choice to either, and I think I've told you this before, we had this choice of either repurposing our robotic arm for commercial kitchen use cases, or changing our technology altogether to make something that consumers wanted. We chose the latter route because we were in love with the problem we were trying to solve. The problem was that people like you and me want to eat freshly cooked meals and feed our families freshly cooked meals, but it's hard to find the time to cook these meals every single day, especially when you're young, starting out a family, and oftentimes, especially people in America, have to make this choice between providing their families fresh meals and being the best versions of themselves and work. That has caused some very big problems in this country. Like 70% of the country is either obese or overweight. We are in the middle of a health catastrophe, and I think with Posha, it will help America become one of the healthiest countries in the world, at the same time being one of the most productive countries in the world, which it already is. I don't think we need to sacrifice health and family care for doing our best work.
Yeah, choosing to pursue the consumer route, I think, was a bigger, bolder move. Maybe riskier because consumer markets are so tough, as you know.
Yeah.
If you go the commercial route, all you need is to win one contract with a McDonald's or something, and your startup is. But here, you have to convince maybe 1 million customers to buy. You know what I mean? So.
But I think we have. I feel we have a strong precedent in front of us with Thermomix.
Yep. Okay.
They sell 1 million units every single year, is my estimate.
Yeah.
And what Posha is actually Thermomix plus. I would like to believe Thermomix is the equivalent of an ADAS vehicle. If you have to use the car parlance, it helps people keep in their lanes. It helps them maintain a distance with other cars. It helps them guide, get much more comfortable behind the wheel.
Yeah.
But in the kitchen, it gets you much more comfortable in the kitchen. But you still have to be around your device. You still have to be behind the wheel.
Yeah.
In Posha, you don't have to be behind the wheel anymore. It's like the Waymo equivalent of driving. You can sit in the back seat, read a book, while your self-driving car takes you from point A to point B. That's what Posha is. It's to ADAS. It's what self-driving is to ADAS, but for cooking.
Yeah. I think the Thermomix is a logical precedent and kind of model for you guys to look at because it has been hugely successful.
Retails at $1,500.
Has a higher price point. And so, do you have in mind what you're settled on for the kind of the initial consumer launch point?
You mean what the price?
Yeah. I apologize. That price point.
We're retailing for $1,750.
Okay.
People who pre-order get it for $1,500.
Okay.
All they have to do is put a $25 deposit down, and we will let them know whenever their unit is ready to get delivered.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I told you, we shipped 200 this year.
Okay.
We are on track to ship 600 more by end of September this year. So we're trying to grow 3x every 6 months or so. So soon we have had waitlist customers waiting for like more than 2 years.
Yeah.
For the product, but it feels gratifying that we're finally out there, shipping to people who've backed us for so long.
Those first 200, those were because you did so much of that early testing in the California market and like kind of building your community. Was that a lot of those early kind of passionate kind of folks you're communicating with pretty early? Who are those? How'd you characterize those first 200 customers?
I think they're people for whom the problem is pretty acute. They cook anywhere between 2 and 5 times a week, every single week. So they're spending north of 5 hours every single week in the kitchen. Most of them have kids. Most of them live in the suburbs. Most of them are dual income households, and they're just trying to, be better, parents, partners, spouses. By providing their families healthy meals, and they're also trying to save time. These people have consistently used our product about 3 times a week for the last 2 years. So our usage has been pretty consistent. There's very high retention. People can't stop talking about Posha. Every paying customer of ours gets us 3 more referrals of new paying customers, and so there's incredible word of mouth. I think it's gone well. We're happy where we're getting consistent usage and retention because that shows you've solved a real problem.
How many recipes are in the Posha? And obviously you're going to add more, I would think, but how many do you currently have?
I don't have the exact count handy, but it's north of 500.
Okay.
And I don't have the count handy because we're shipping new recipes every single week.
Okay. And these are recipes optimized for Posha. And this is there an opportunity or a capability at some point to say, hey, I love this particular recipe for my grandma and I want to adapt it for Posha, or does that not exist today?
So it does not exist today. Today, if you want a recipe from your grandma, you will send it to our culinary team, and they would program it for Posha. But what we're working on is our own internal LLM, so that you can type in the recipe that you want, or dictate the recipe that you'd like to see on Posha, and Posha would in real time create that new recipe, adapt it for Posha, and make sure it actually tastes good. As a person who's worked on a lot of AI, you know that this vertical AI requires a sophisticated data set that companies that general purpose LLMs like OpenAI cannot provide. And I feel that the future of AI is actually vertical, just like when the web first came out, people assumed that we would have this single oracle called Google, which would bring the world's information at your fingertips.
Yeah.
But then we had Yelp for curated reviews, restaurant ratings, geo-specific small businesses. We had things like IMDb for movie reviews.
Yeah.
And countless other different websites providing different kinds of information, curated experiences for what the consumer was looking for, a different UI altogether.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the future of AI as well. You'll see a lot of vertical AI companies solving very different problems. You've seen a couple of them solving like nutrition specifically.
Yeah.
I think we're doing the same thing for cooking. Like you type in, we should have a world where you have a private chef in your own kitchen, not just digitally, but a private chef that can actually cook food for you.
Yeah.
And we're combining both those worlds with Posha. You'll be able to tell Posha, hey, I need a recipe that's got 20 grams of protein, that's vegetarian, does not have any olives, has roots in Italy, and maybe like 5 grams of fiber.
Yeah.
Why don't you make this recipe? I like zesty flavors.
Yeah.
And Posha should be able to create that recipe for you, so you don't have to spend time on YouTube, on ChatGPT, figuring out how to cook it, and then actually spending time cooking it.
I'm excited. So we have another 15 or so minutes. It's going to pour in the parsley. That probably comes in like just closer to the finish.
By the way, I'm sure you know this, but this is a live feed of what's happening.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So this is actually what we're seeing. This is not just a...
Yeah. So this is actually what we're seeing, and I can see this exact same thing on my mobile app. So I can see how much time is remaining. I can see what's happening with my robot. I can see what step it is on.
Oh, cool. Does it show the motion? Because right now it's not showing the motion. Is it kind of periodic pictures of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Every 10 seconds
Or
or
every
so.
10 seconds you get a shot. Okay.
Yeah. So it does that. Our customers, it's also got this live activities tab on top. So you know how much time is actually.
Yeah.
And then our customers, I told you, use us 3 times a week. So we also have a meal planning app. You just say, hey, I intend to cook, let's say spaghetti, which is what we had today. But let's say I'll have like carbonara next week, and I also intend to have some sour paneer.
Are you going to try and incorporate a shopping component in there?
We're working on an Instacart integration.
Okay, so you're in. Again, would there be some level of monetization for you there? Like you would basically get. Okay.
So every time you call the Instacart API and route orders through there, Instacart passes some commission on to
Yes, a spiff.
But I mean that's important. But why that's important to us is because it helps consumers make their life even more convenient. They don't have to go to the grocery store. They have this list. They say, hey, I already have like dairy cream at home. I already have like Romano at home. I have some Parmesan at home. I did buy garlic earlier. Everything else ordered from Instacart.
Very cool.
And they get it like delivered at their place.
All right. This is exciting.
We also they've commercialized, but they're slowly scaling up.
Slowly, right in a city, then they grow to another city, and that's kind of your strategy. So you were in the Bay Area, and now you're kind of focusing on like some of the other West Coast cities, essentially.
Yes,
okay.
and Texas. We haven't gotten to East Coast yet. We still need to figure out our logistics infrastructure.
There's the olives in place.
Alberto, I was telling Mike that breaking spaghetti is a crime to Italians.
I didn't know I was committing crimes. I will never not do that anymore. And I see you bought the pots size spaghetti. I didn't know that was a thing, quite honestly.
My mom would be yelling at me right now if she saw me do that.
Yeah. Now, is your grandma or your great grandma from Italy?
My whole family. I'm also immigrated from Italy.
Oh wow, where'd you grow up?
Milano.
Oh nice, that's awesome.
So I've been in SF since the '90s. So you can tell by my accent.
Yeah, you sound pretty American this way, so.
He's half Italian and half Persian, actually,
Okay.
which I could never make out.
I was raised mostly Italian because I was in Italy, but my mom immigrated when she was a teen during the revolution. So it was like, even when she speaks English, she has a thick Italian accent.
Okay.
Using the hand gestures a lot.
Wow, the countdown, you got a couple more seconds. So when it's done, and then
Yeah.
you can take it out.
We can dig in. We have some paneer tikka masala for you to try as well.
All right,
Not right now.
here it is.
What's your heritage?